So a little while ago in Newswave, we talked about a new product called the GB Operator, and it was very interesting with some of the things they were talking about, which included being able to back up saved games from your physical cartridges, which, I mean, if you're someone who has a bunch of Pokemon games with some master files on it, sounds pretty compelling there, so I figured today we would try it out, and I would also go ahead and fix one of the games I have here using the GB Operator. Guys, if you enjoy these videos, make sure that like button helps out a ton, and if new here to the Spawn Wave channel, make sure you subscribe down below. So we'll start with an unboxing for the GB Operator. We can see it just says, play and manage your Game Boy cartridge from Epilogue. We have a nice little outline of the GB Operator itself. Nothing on the back here. Runs on Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and it has Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance compatibility. Opening it up, we do have our Epilogue manual, it looks like here. This just tells you where to download the program that you'll need for your computer. And it looks like it also just has basic instructions on how to put the cartridge in the cartridge slot. We have a USB Type-C cable here, which is much appreciated because I can't tell you how disappointed I am now whenever I open something up and it's not using USB Type-C, just because we're to that point now where micro USB is just at a significant disadvantage to Type-C when it comes to just overall convenience. And then we have the GB Operator itself, and that's pretty much it. In fact, the GB Operator itself is a fairly simple device. I mean, it's cool because they went with like this clear kind of acrylic casing so you can already see everything that's going on in here, but again, there's just not a lot. We have a cable running down from here, which is the main board that has then attached to our cartridge slot where you'll put your games in so that your computer can read them. It also has this nice rubberized bottom so that when it is sitting there and you're kind of playing around with it, getting the cartridge in, it won't slide around. And then we have our single port here, which is for the USB Type-C to Type-A connector. So now what we're gonna do is plug it into my computer here, try it out with it using like Ruby, which is the fake Game Boy game I got from Amazon. See if it can detect that that is indeed a fake game. And then we'll see if we can pull a save file off of the Game Boy game. I think I'm gonna do Link's Awakening DX. That still has the original battery in it. It has a basic save file on there, nothing fancy in terms of like it being 100% or anything like that. But still, if it can pull the save file and then put it back on the game after it gets completely erased when I replace the battery, I mean, that's the main thing I wanted this thing to do. So I have the GB Operator plugged in here with the operator program. It just says, please insert a cartridge. So we'll go ahead and drop the Link's Awakening DX in there. And it does come up, it has cover arts. I mean, that's kind of cool. It even says SGB Enhanced, which would be the Super Game Boy Enhanced. I assume it's just reading all of that from the ROM file or what it's seeing here on the game itself. You can play this game just in the program. It has like its own emulator built in. So if we click launch, it should essentially dump the ROM file into the program and then start it up here. So, I mean, that's kind of a cool feature, right? The fact that you can take your physical cartridge, drop it in, there's the basic save file that I made there for it, and load it up. It also would then let you take the save file and push it back to the Game Boy cartridge, and you can then play it on your Game Boy. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of here. And what we're gonna do now is look to back up the save file. You can also download the game. So I guess if you just want to back up the cartridge itself to your computer and then play it on whatever emulator you want, you can do that right here. I am going to download the save file though. So let's hit start. And I guess I'm just going to save it right to the desktop. That's fine. Okay, cool. There it is. It's already done. So now what we're going to do is remove it. And let's replace the battery. So the good news is replacing a battery in a Game Boy game is pretty easy. It does have some soldering involved, but I do believe it is one of the easier projects to do if you want to just try something out that involves soldering. You will need a GameBit driver. These are all over Amazon. I'll leave a link down below, as well as a link to the batteries that I'm using to replace in here. So we're just gonna pop that up. There's the original battery. It's never been replaced, which means it's probably on like its last leg as it is, considering these batteries last like 15 to 20 years. So it's probably a good idea to think about changing it out here pretty soon, and we'll do that now. In order to remove the battery itself, you want to heat up your soldering iron. All we're going to do is look to melt the solder on these two pads, and we're just going to lift the battery off. There's side one. And there's side two. The other nice thing about this is if you forget which way the battery's supposed to go, they do have symbols right here. So we have positive and negative. And if you take a look at the new battery that you get, it does have the same symbols, positive on one side, the other side would then be negative. And these already have kind of the metal stands punched onto it. So all we have to do now is just set this battery down and solder the 2 legs. I'm just gonna add some fresh solder to the pads to make it a bit easier to melt. And then we're just gonna set our battery down. We'll do this side and then the other side. I'm gonna add a little more solder to each leg just to make sure we're good, and that should be it. And there you have it, a brand new CR 2025 battery installed in The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX. Only takes a couple of minutes. Now I'm just gonna verify that the game itself is gone. Like, there should be no save data on here anymore because the battery was removed. So we'll power this on and see what we have. And there we can see we have no save data at all. I at least had a game in that top slot, so we'll see if the GB operator program can push it back. Okay, so we'll go to data, we'll go to upload save, and we'll pick the file. Looks like it already pushed it back, so I guess we'll take it out, we'll drop it in here, and we'll see if our save data is back. Yeah, there it is, look at that. All right, that's pretty cool. Let me go ahead and load that up. Yep, right back to the beginning of the game there, but the fact that it was able to push the data back here is awesome. I mean, that's something you could do. You could just consistently back up your save files over and over again. You know what's really funny is I assume we could also, I guess, just push a save to a game if you find the save online and you just want it on your physical cartridge. Like, this is Pokemon Yellow, for example, and I found a save file online real quick that has like most of the game done. I think it even has everything collected. So let me go to data and go to upload save. And what I'll do is I'll go to downloads. I have Pokemon Yellow pushed to it. Okay, so it did push the save file. We'll see if that actually worked for Pokemon Yellow. Oh, look at that. See, I have all 8 badges and I have 151 Pokemon logged in the Pokedex. It says 176 hours. Wow, shout out to Jay for doing that. But yeah, there you go. In one video, I became a Pokemon master. Actually, let me see what, you know what, it's always funny, whenever I get a new Pokemon cartridge, I'm always like, I wonder what they have in their party. A level 72 Charizard, a Snorlax. Oh, there you go. I completed Pokemon and it didn't take more than what, 10, 15 minutes here in the video, and some people spend hundreds of hours on this. Much easier with the GB operator, right? Okay, so joking aside, I have a Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX that now has a new battery with the save file pushed back to it after losing it, and a Pokemon Yellow that now has it like 100% done with the full Pokedex and all of that. But what about detecting fake games? Because that was something else I thought was an interesting idea for the GB operator to be able to do. I have Pokemon Ruby version. Now, this is the version that I bought off of Amazon when I was specifically looking for fake games, so I know this is a fake copy of Pokemon Ruby. And then I have an authentic copy of Pokemon Fire Red. I've had this for a while. It is a legit board. So let's go ahead and drop that in here. It does come up, Pokemon Fire Red version, official cartridge, a little green dot at the top there. So it looks good. Let's see what happens with Pokemon Ruby, however. See, that one comes up as an official cartridge as well. And I know that one is a fake copy of the game. So I don't know if they have a certain database that they're pulling from, or they examine the ROM on the game or headers or something in the code itself to detect if it's a fake game, but they might want to look into that a bit more. This is beta software they have. It's version 0.7.1. So hopefully they can look into more or less authenticating these different games a bit better, as here's a Ruby version that someone may be buying thinking it's authentic because the program says it is. Unfortunately, I don't really have any fake games for the Game Boy Advance other than this one that I bought mostly for that video. I do like the idea of it being able to pull up cover art for like all these different games. Like, here's Phantasy Star Collection. Seem to find the cover art, no problem for that. It's like a little touch, isn't it? It's just like, oh yeah, I have this Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan. And there's the cover art for it there, or I guess the box for the Game Boy. It even has like a little description here for it as well. I assume it's just pulling the data from like a database or something online, or maybe they even have it built into the program here. But like I said, it's a pretty cool little touch to have.
Real quick, I did notice on their website they have a roadmap listed, which includes the features they're targeting for version 0.8 that's releasing sometime in September, October. So I assume the next 30 days or so, this should update my current software that I have to that version 0.8. But we can see some of the features they have planned for the emulator with borderless full screen support, volume control, fast forwarding for the device itself, the LED controls toggling on and off. But I did notice under cartridges, it says improve bootleg and counterfeit detection. While my Pokemon Ruby right now is being detected as legit, there's a good chance that over time it improves and will be detected as a counterfeit game. It's just good sending them feedback and letting them know which games you are popping in that should be detected as fake but are being seen as legitimate copies.
Now, according to their website, you can also take your Game Boy camera, plug it into this, and then download all of the images or pictures you were taking with it on your computer, and I guess print them out. But that seems like something weird that Bob Wolf would do in a video. And ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it here for the GB operator. It seems like they still have some work to do when it comes to the software side and being able to detect fake games, as it believes this Pokemon Ruby copy is authentic. But the main thing I wanted this for was to be able to back up save files from, well, Game Boy games that probably need to be backed up, considering how old these games are getting and how long these batteries are estimated to last. There's gonna be a lot that start to die, if they have not already, over the next several years. And well, if you have a master file on your Pokemon cartridge like I now do, well, you want to back that up, right? So I also like the idea of being able to take a save file or something and push it to a cartridge. It's just a fun idea, I guess. But let me know what you guys think about the GB operator here. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.